Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My dog is hiding behind me. Come here, say hi. No. This is Rogue, I'm Eve, this is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is my Flosstube. Wow, I looked up a lot of stuff. Forgot to look that up. I think 82. Today I was like, I don't have that much, and then I started adding stuff. It still won't be long. My videos are never long, but I just have a little bit of quilting and a little bit of stitching and some FFOs. My quilting is a finished quilting. My son's quilt behind me. Put on the binding this morning. I have a tiny bit of hand stitching to do, and there's one space on the binding that I'm like, might want to redo that. But I'm going to call it a finish. I put on the the tag Easter 2022, even though I really gave it to him for Christmas. But when I finished the outside part and trimmed it and everything, I showed it to him, and he and I laid it all over. He just absolutely loved it. But he hasn't seen it with the binding on. He's at work. I'm so excited to be able to give it to him. He's really been waiting a long time, you know, and I told him I wasn't quite finished. He's like, yeah, I won't hold my breath, because he knows that I've been putting other things in front of it. But recently I did not. I've been trying to decide if I actually want to start on the snowball quilt. You know, I have all these other quilts in process, and I finally thought, yeah, I think I do. I was telling myself no, but I think I do. In other news, it is incredibly weird weather here. I would like to put the air conditioning on and just leave it on, because it's getting up to 97 every day or thereabouts. But it's still pretty cold at night and stuff. So any of you who are familiar with the desert, you know that it cools off quite a bit at night, and we're used to that. But yeah, it's been weird. And then there's other days when it's not hot at all. And you know, my dad, he's always cold, no matter the temperature. And yesterday, I think it was, I left the air conditioner off as long as I could, and I said, Dad, I'm sorry, it's 88 degrees in the house. I'm turning on the air conditioning because the room that I sew in is the hottest room in the house. And I was just like, I can't, I can't take it. So with this weird weather has been an incredible amount of wind. And we live near a mountain. Well, it's called a mountain. If you've been in an area where there are real mountains, that's not a mountain. But it's called South Mountain. And in parts of it, it is higher than where it is here. We would say that as a matter of fact, there's a part of here that's called, I live in a section called Ahwatukee of Phoenix. And there's a section of Ahwatukee that's called Foothills, because this is technically in the foothills of South Mountain. But South Mountain is not, I don't know why it's called a mountain. It's not that high. You can hike it up to the top. So, but it is from the foothills that you're hiking, but still. I grew up near Sandia Mountain, which, as mountains go, is not that tall either. But I grew up next, where that was out my bedroom window every day. So, to me, my sister calls them dirt clod mountains because there's no greenery on them. I mean, we are in a desert climate. However, I digress. The wind off of that mountain brings a lot of dirt and sand. And I tease that I am allergic to outside, and I am. I'm allergic to a great deal of the trees that grow here, two kinds of sage, which also grows here, all of the grasses that grow here, and both dust mites. And that's just some of the environmental allergies that I'm allergic to. And dust, you can't keep it out of your house, especially if the wind is blowing it at you. And every time I have to go outside, of course, even if the wind isn't actively just bringing windstorms and stuff, it's bringing that dust, and yeah, it's everywhere. So I can't breathe. And if you hear me coughing a really nasty cough, I am not sick. I just am allergic to everything. And are you going to sit on my stitching? Please don't. You're uncomfortable? You want to sit on the quilt, huh? No. Anyway, I hope you all had a really wonderful Easter. Ours was great because my dad was feeling good enough to go to church, and then we went to a barbecue at my sister's house. He ate well, he enjoyed himself, and we were really encouraged by that. His birthday, his 90th birthday, is on Wednesday, 2 days from today. And of course, I want him to live to 150. But we know there are many more days behind than there will be ahead. And so we are trying to take every moment as a blessing. And so my brother is traveling here from Albuquerque. And he is going to spend my father's birthday and then travel right back. He's got a very busy schedule. He's a musician, and he does gigs in many different places in New Mexico. So he wasn't able to do that for a while because of COVID and because he's been having some health issues. And so we're real happy that he has these gigs, and we're real happy that he can, make a way to come here. So be in prayers for my brother for traveling. And my dad is still struggling, but he's doing a lot better. So let's continue. Is that an FFO and a finish? I don't know. I would take it out and show you. But I am going to put a picture right here over my talking of the quilt laid out on my dad's bed. I can't go in my son's room. I won't go in my son's room. Let me put it that way. And you can see what the quilt looks like. I am not proud of my quilting. It is bad. I chose the wrong thread, and I knew pretty much right away I was not happy with it. But I had already done quite a bit, and I was like, I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to go pick all those stitches out. And the quilt is made, and that I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of, a lot of things about it, but mostly that I'll be able to give it to him. And he won't care about the quilting. He won't care about the things that I'm wanting to adjust or fix. He won't care. which is a blessing to me, but yeah. Okay, so enough about the quilt. I also, if you remember this FFO of Spring is Sprung, one of Erica Michael's spring berries, the finishing that she has is right here. Mine looks nothing like this. I tried. I'm not real happy with my rose. I'm not happy with the way it came out, but here it is. And that is on Hop into Spring. And, you know, I thought, oh, I should just, you know, redo it. I worked with this rose for like, I don't know, 2 hours or something. It's probably too tall and I don't know what all. But I finally was just like, it's not going to behave like the crepe paper flowers that I was making, and I'm just going to need to just one of my teachers said, my art teacher said, you're not making it any better, you're just making it different. So stop worrying with it and call it done. And I finally just did that. And then here's the robin's eggs on, is it spring yet? And this one, I have some pins and they're going to go in, they're coming, they're not here yet. They go in the one with the rose. I bought those pins that are in the rose. I did not buy these pins. I don't really like them. And yeah. And I put that daisy button, so it doesn't really need anything else, I don't think. So these are my FFOs of my first berries in the berry sal. So yeah. Yay, done. So I should sound more excited, but I've never done berries. I've never finished berries. And I used Vonna Pfeiffer's finishing tutorial rather than Helen D's, and rather than the instructions on Erica Michael's patterns. I liked Vonna's finishing stuff, and all the stuff that she's taught us, for finishing is fantastic. She's the Twisted Sister on YouTube, and I think she's called that on Instagram too. But I really just watch her YouTube. So I went ahead and finished those, and they're filled with lizard glitter, the whole bottom, including the tip. Unlike what Erica Michael tells you to do, she says not to stitch it all the way to the bottom, and I did, because that's what Vonna Pfeiffer says. And then I filled it with lizard glitter, and then packed it in there to make the point go out a little more, and then about a little more than halfway I filled the top with stuffing. And this is how she teaches you to do it, so that's what I did. On the leaves, I did a little stitch around them to make them look more leafy. At least I think that makes them look more leafy. I don't know, does it? I don't know. And if you're waiting for the elephant giveaway, I will do that at the end of the video. So those are my fully finished, and I only have 3 whips. Well, I only have 3 whips that I worked on this week. As you recall, I started on this, and I have decided that I'm going to stitch Rogue's name in the red and this year. But that's done in caramel, not in the called for DMC. And I am trying to decide. On this one, it has a different color in the middle, not on this one. But on this one, it has a different color in the middle. And I don't know that I want it that big white color. Her chest is slightly lighter. Whoops. Throwing things. Her chest is slightly lighter, like this. I don't think she's willing to show us, but it is. So I'm thinking about going ahead and using the same color that they have there. I don't know why she doesn't. I guess because the words go over. This one doesn't have the same middle part. But I like that middle part. But I think it's probably because of the words that she did it differently. I'm not sure that I'll make both. Because this is the one that says life is better with a dog, which I kind of wish this said. But I understand there's less real estate, so it's kind of hard to put that on there. But that's why I wish that you knew what the whole berry said, or what the whole picture looked like if she put them out flat, so that you would know. And for the cat, I think that I want to also put on the cat, but the cat in this thing is black. And while I have had black cats in the past, my cats haven't been black for a while. And the current one is white with some tabby stuff. I might put a picture here. Excuse me. I might put a picture up here of that cat. And I might go ahead and adjust it a little bit so it looks more like Storm. But I haven't started on that yet, so I don't know. But I kind of want them to go together and look kind of like they belong together. So we'll see. Then this is Be Peaceful by Maria Brovko, Cute Patterns by Maria. This kills me. It is so cute. So cute. When I was stitching it, I realized that this dark color was one stitch lower than it was supposed to be. So I went ahead and just added another row of this brownish color, which I don't think looks bad at all, because I had already put in part of his socks. The only thing is that the wing then meets at a different spot, but I don't think that's going to matter. It's mine. I can do what I want, right? So I think it's very cute. I like it on this color. I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but I think I want it with the other bee I made, even though the style is very different. I'm really happy with it. So, yeah. I've been working every day. I've been sewing on this, but I've been working every day on a little bit of the cow, a little bit of the bee, a little bit of the dog. Sometimes just the other two, excuse me. Sorry. Because I've already accomplished my stitching whip go stuff for April, which was to do 5 days on Strawberry Cow. And I just have to fill in white. That's all I have left on this. Here's the picture. And I'm sorry that it's all crinkled, but, you know. And my sister was saying that she likes it so much better on this blue because you can actually see the cow. And I do like it better on the blue as well. I don't know how I'm going to finish it, though. I'm still thinking about it. I have pieces, you know, like this that I can put it on. So yeah, maybe. You know, not specifically this piece, but I have stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to be making it into a pillow or anything like that. I have an idea of what I want to do with it later, but I'm not positive. Anyway, so that was Strawberry Cow by Tinymodernist. I didn't say that the dog was by Erica Michaels except in passing. The dog I'm doing on 32 count Spa, Murano Correa from Hobby Lobby. The bee I'm doing on 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. And the cow is on 32 count something that I dyed myself. Excuse me. Sorry. Printers. I could not get my sister's printer to work. That's the one we normally use. So I turned on my printer, and I almost never use it, but it printed like this, which means I have to do the ink in it is, this printer is practically brand new. I think we bought it last year. Something like that. I hate it when the print prints lines like this because it means you have to do all those test things. Very annoying. I filled in dark, Robert's Quilt, finish, Strawberry Cow, the color is the finished, but I adjusted some things. I know this is hard to read, I'm sorry. The quilt for Beth, the big cats, I just put, instead of number of days, because I have no idea how many days I worked on it, I'm just putting finish the quilt top. That'll be my whip go goal. And for the itty bitty kitty committee quilt, I didn't change that. I meant to change it to finish the quilt top. And on the Snowball Star quilt, I put it finish the quilt top. So I'm going to go ahead and probably later today start cutting out the pieces for the Snowball Star quilt. And then I have to get ready for my brother to come. But I want to go ahead and cut out those pieces. As I recall from before, it cuts up really quickly. You cut the pieces with the jelly roll folded the way it comes. So and also because it's batiks, it doesn't slide around as much. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really got one more on my whip go ticked off. I haven't figured out what I want to do on the bottom of Beth's quilt, which is why I stopped on it. I kind of have an idea. Maybe. Part of me thinks I should go back and try to do it the way the pattern is, but I didn't like the way it looked. And if I don't like it, why do it, right? So, yeah. But as for the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee, that one, all I have left to do, I want to make sure that each of the kitty squares is the correct size. Because if I have to resize it'd be better to just make them all the same size. And they're stitched in a way that they're supposed to come out at 5 inches, so that you don't have to do anything to the other squares. And hopefully they're all 5 inches or thereabouts. But I just have to trim those out and do the sashing, and that quilt top will be ready to go. And I don't anticipate that taking a long time, but I do want to go ahead and do the Snowball Star quilt. Get working on that a little bit, because when I purchased all that stuff, I am in love with that fabric. I just love it. And I put it on the back burner because it was for me. Because that's what we artists do, right? Yeah. But it's like I've been given permission to work on my own project, and so I want to do it. And I've been thinking a lot about May and Mania, and I don't know what the Whip Go calls are going to be, but I know that a lot of people do a sort of Whip Mania where they, excuse me, put all of their open projects on a particular day and do that. And I might do that, so because that would be more easily incorporated with Whip Go. And excuse me, my goodness. And the Beth's quilt and the Itty Bitty Kitty quilt could be put into those whips that I work on for one day. And what's really nice about that is I have probably about 2 days on the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee quilt, cutting the sashing and then sewing the sashing on and trimming those squares, right? So if it takes me longer than that, that's okay, but that would give me 1 day solid of working on it. And I can incorporate that with whatever the Whip Go calls are. I would find a way to do that. And May is going to be a busy month, aren't they all? But hopefully my dad will be getting stronger and we'll be able to do more with him. I would like to take him on some outings some places, and he's been kind of afraid because he gets out of breath. I'm hoping that we can take him. He got a Starbucks card as a gift from the church, get well kind of gift. So I want to take him to Starbucks. He's not really a Starbucks fan because he likes traditional regular coffee. He does not like frou-frou coffees. And I've tried to get him to try iced coffee. No, he doesn't like ice water, so I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, I looked into the random generator for to do the giveaway. And I was like, it's too much of a learning curve. So I put it on a decision roulette, and I am going to spin that. And if you don't recall, that is this little elephant scissor fob, and I will send it. It doesn't matter where you guys are. I'll send it. It's very lightweight, so it shouldn't matter. Okay, so let's see. It is spinning. And it is Kathleen Kirk. Okay, so Kathleen, email me. My email is in the description box. Email me your physical address so that I can mail that to you. And I will get it off in the mail as soon as I can. And congratulations. And thank you for everybody that commented and are helping me celebrate my 100 subscribers. Tell your friends. Have them come over and see if they'd like to also be a subscriber. I'd appreciate that. And thank you so much for all of you subscribers. I really appreciate it. Well, have a great week. It is almost the end of April. And see you next week. Thank you. Bye.